Jerod Mayo talking about Jacoby Brissett getting it done. And look, the Bengals notoriously start slowly. Joe Burrow is now 1-8 in week 1 and week 2 of the regular season. It really is amazing. When we had that stat yesterday, I couldn't believe it. I didn't realize that they struggle that much and that consistently. But still, to go into Cincinnati with a team that, from a talent standpoint, was regarded as one of the bottom 2 or 3 in the league, and just work the plan, have the right blueprint, be physical, and beat the Bengals, a team that some envisioned getting very deep into the postseason, some, like Chris Sims, predicting to win it all. And maybe they will, because Joe Burrow knows how to finish. May not know how to start, but he knows how to finish. That was impressive by the Patriots. That probably was one of the most impressive and unexpected wins of the weekend.
Yeah, and I got to start off with this, because as soon as I had already saw Jacoby come out and say he cried before the game. So I was already planning to get on him in a little group chat we have. But then Jerod Mayo goes out and absolutely crushes him about being slow. So I send it to Jacoby. I'm like, so you're over here crying for this man before the game, and he's over here clowning you after the game. And we had a good laugh with a couple of us in the group chat. But I've been heavy on getting on the Bengals, because I thought, like, you just can't perform that way when you have those expectations. But I have to say, I will give credit to the Bengals about progressing through a season and finishing the right way. That is the most important thing about being in a season, that you have to get better. But I do think they can't start this way. But to get to the Patriots, I got a lot of backlash when I picked the Patriots last, and I stand by picking them last. But people have to know, because I picked somebody last doesn't change where I am as a fan. I am a Patriots fan. So I'm in the game Sunday. I'm rooting for these guys to go win. I hope they win. I told David Andrews, I said, I hope y'all hung what I said on bulletin board material, and you go win every game and you're like, F Devin McCourty. I said, I'm all for that. I hope you guys go and win and do well. But I think it showed, and we talked about it a little bit in the last segment, I think it showed what these guys think of Jerod Mayo, how they feel about him as a coach. You saw so many of these guys walking back to the locker room, screaming, oh, what y'all thought? What do you think was going to happen? We're going to show them of, like, this team has been built up, all of this energy and anger of everybody saying all these bad things about them, and me included in that same circle. And they're like, everyone thinks this way, but they don't know what we have here. And I think that starts with Jerod Mayo, of being a coach that not only is going to get the X's and O's, and, a lot of people walked away from this game was like, this is an old school Bill Belichick game plan. Like, I was trying to tell people that from the whole time, like, Jerod Mayo played for Bill Belichick. He coached under Bill Belichick. Yes, this player's coach, and him, the Boston media was killing him. Oh, he wants to have a good relationship with God. At his core, he is a hard-nosed middle linebacker who wants to work his butt off to try to win. And that's what this team looked like. They looked like they were going to outwork Cincinnati for however long it was going to take. And it was fun to see, as a Patriot fan, them go to Cincinnati and do what they did, because it lets you know this team is going to fight all year and try to figure out ways to go win.
One of the things that happens in the NFL, Devin, when a team fires a head coach, a team finds a replacement who is the exact opposite of the last coach in all ways, personality, approach, everything. And I thought it went so badly last year for the Patriots that they would have scrapped the pre-existing plan for Jerod Mayo to be the successor. Everybody's gone. We got to clean the decks. We got to start from scratch. They didn't go exact opposite, but I think Jerod Mayo is different enough from Bill Belichick that it's kind of like a best of both worlds. We got some continuity with our approach given the roster that we have, but the personality and the approach is different enough that it's the kick in the ass that maybe the organization needed.
Yeah, and I think, from my relationship with Mr. Kraft, Robert Kraft, the CEO of the Patriots, he tells you right away what Bill Belichick was able to do there is unprecedented. Like, they respect and love everything he was able to do for the organization. And he changed the organization totally, like turned them into a dynasty, all of those good things. So the ability and availability to have a guy that Mr. Kraft was a part of drafting in 2008. He's gotten to know Jerod not only as a player, but when Jerod walked away from football and retired in 2015, it his next job started with a relationship he got and built through Mr. Kraft. So it's not like these guys stopped being friends. They continue to be around each other. Then when Jerod came back in the building, Mr. Kraft used to come to all the different meetings. And I remember sitting by him in meetings, and he would come in a meeting, and, Bill would start off the meeting. And then, sometimes he would be in there a little after, and we would jump right to defense. And Jerod would now be up there talking. And, Mr. Kraft would turn to me and go, how do guys like Jerod? What do you think about Jerod? So this was a guy that they knew in the building, hey, it's going to be fun and cool to see how he grows. And I think that was a unique chance that the Patriots had of having a guy homegrown that they watched grow up, learn under what they consider the greatest coach of all time, but also be a different person. And you see that with this team. They still have the Bill Belichick foundation of fundamentals, hard-nosed, tough football team, but just a little different approach on how Jerod Mayo is.
I hope that in response to the question from Mr. Kraft, you praise Jerod Mayo and will hold over him for his entire career with the Patriots. You had the chance to torpedo everything, and you didn't. So he owes you bigly.
I mean, honestly, he probably owes me a little percent of that coaching contract, and I am all for it. Like, I'm different. I'm different in some. Hey, his first contract, do what you got to do. I don't need anything. When he gets that extension over there, that's when I'm going to come back and say, hey, I'm just saying. Guy asked me a lot of questions. I could have said, I have no idea why you're back in this building. You're really just a businessman. But I didn't. I praised him, and look where he is now. So that's a good point. I'll probably hire you as my lawyer to get that done.
By the way, the word bigly possibly re-entering the lexicon tonight. That's maybe why it re-entered my brain this morning. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.